Being a great listener. Do you know what type of listener you are? How do your guests perceive you in conversation? Are you the plater? The plater, or the takeout listener, grabs takeout food and plates it as though they cooked it. The false perception is that they put in the effort to make the meal. In other words, you look like you're listening, and even occasionally give a word of confirmation. However, you're not fully engaged, and your mind is elsewhere. The eager watcher. The eager watcher puts food in the oven, and stands there to watch it bake. In other words, you listen to respond. You very seldomly allow the speaker to finish without interrupting. This type of listening does not allow for genuine understanding, and can make you appear as though you don't care for what the speaker is trying to say. The timer. The timer sets a timer for food items when they are cooking. This method seems like common sense since it never allows the food to burn. In other words, you fill in the blanks with your own common sense instead of allowing the speaker to fill the gaps themselves. This sometimes leads to interrupting the speaker, and you never really get to the source of the message. The wanderer. The wanderer places things into the oven, and goes off to do other things. They forget they were ever even cooking. In other words, as the speaker is speaking, I immediately take what the speaker has said or what he is trying to say, and flip it into a story about myself or an experience of mine. This makes it easy to lose the original subject of discussion. The burner. The burner turns heat way too high, and tends to burn food often. In other words, during a conversation, this type of listener normally only listens to have a response. The response is typically something that is argumentative, and with the intention to prove others wrong. The recipe giver. The recipe giver typically gives the recipe as one is reading the recipe. In other words, this type of listener gives unsolicited advice, and is often out of bounds. They typically don't even listen to the entire story, and they minimize the speaker's concerns by giving quick fix ideas. The recipe for intuitive service. 3 cups anticipation. 2 cups genuine concern. 4 tablespoons positivity. A dash of urgency. When you provide intuitive service, you cater to the guests' needs before they ask. This builds strong relationships with the consumer. Let's put our hospitality training to the test.